The last time this water was tested, there was a little bit of ammonia and nitrite. Also, there's a little bit of flickiness going on with the fish. So what's really going to be helping us at this stage is plenty of mechanical filtration and making sure that that mechanical filtration is replaced very regularly, because we don't want this filter wall collecting lots of shit and then circling the water past all that shit on a regular basis. We really want that cleaned as regularly as possible. That's absolutely going to help. And then the skimmers, we really want them cleaned as regularly as possible. And you can even get auto top cleaners for them that keep it ongoingly clean. But the efficiency of the skimmer and how often that filter wall is replaced is absolutely going to help, especially when the tank is overstocked or overfed. And then you could even look at putting an extra sheet of polyfilter or filter wall across the top there, because I would like to just monitor the amount of sediment in the bottom here and really try to get any excess waste out of solution as fast as possible. So that all looks good. Now the other thing that we're gonna have to look at, make sure that those UV globe doesn't get older than a year. When a year comes along, we want to replace that UV globe and then give that housing a bit of a clean. And now, so the other thing we're probably gonna want to look at, I'm assuming, is a dosing pump, because at the moment the calcium KH and pH, well, this pH is closer to 8. I really want it at 8.4. 8.4 is where we're going to get this nice calcification. So I really want the ammonia and nitrite out, so cleaning the skimmer more and replacing the filter wall more and reducing the amount of food going in is going to help that. And then raising the pH, I think we've really got to discuss some nice big bottles here, and then we chuck a dosing pump on it. So I think we need to automate this, because if we're going to take the corals seriously and the corals start to grow, the corals are going to start impacting the water and removing calcium and so forth. And if it's already on the low side, I don't want it to get lower. I'd rather manage it. Fish, if you do notice itching and scratching, which I'm just seeing a little bit of it in here at the moment, I want to make sure the UV sterilizer is replaced, and I want to just watch that salt level, because we don't want the salt level creeping up too much if the fish are itching and scratching. It's better if we run it a little bit on the low side while the fish are itching and scratching. Then we really want to get it back to 0.024. So 0.024, 0.025 is sort of a perfect salinity for this tank. I don't have a hydrometer on me at the moment, so I don't know what this salinity is right now. But while the fish are itching and scratching, I'd rather have the salinity a little bit on the low side. So that means making sure our auto top-up's nice and full and just edging it down. Now the corals, they prefer it a little bit on the high side. So assuming the fish are not itching and scratching, I'd rather bring the salinity up a little bit. But if you do notice the fish shaking or looking itching and scratching, I definitely like the salinity just a little bit on the low side. There are other products that you can add, like Vogel, which are immune boosters. But I think cutting the food down and gut loading the protein foods, I think is probably going to be the solution there, because the fatter fish definitely suffer from a lower immune system. I'd rather just see all this food gone within a couple of minutes. And then we try to and target feed the fish that are a little bit on the thin side. This guy's like getting himself a massage, sitting himself right in front of the blower. Now, aggressive behavior. Now, if you notice a fish chasing another fish, and if the fish gives it a chase and they all just get on about their day, that's not really a big drama. But on the other hand, if you notice a fish chasing another fish, and then after he's chased it, the fish sort of stops and pants, then that's bad. That means that this behavior is stressing the fish, and then that can affect the immune system of the fish. So just keep an eye on them. And then if you do notice one chase the other one, and if you notice them damaging each other's fins or damaging each other's scales or causing physical damage, and obviously that's something we're worried about, But if the fish gives the other fish a little bit of a chase, and then that fish doesn't stop and pant, then it's probably not the end of the world. So I think reduced food and a real eye on the salinity. And then obviously we have to be very aware of the temperature, because the other issue is that because there's not a chiller on this tank, it's the temperature is mainly a problem when nobody's here. So this is a lovely air-conditioned office, so therefore the temperature really isn't going to be a problem right now. Maybe this battery needs replacing, but as far as the temperature is concerned, when we need to be monitoring the temperature is really hot days, particularly summer holidays, when there's no one in this room. Now, if the aircon can be on all the time, then that's cool, we don't have a problem. But if we are going away on holidays, or if the aircon's not on in this room, then that's the time that we're worried about temperature. And if the temperature gets up too much, then we can start to lose our corals. What a cool tank. So we want to monitor bellies, monitor the amount of dirt on the bottom, and watch the colour of this rock. And I really think we need to add a dosing pump. I also wouldn't mind snipping off some of those things, because the idea with the cable ties is we really want it all to go coralline, so we can't see all this. It all should blend in together. But if your coralline's not growing, it'll either be that your calcium and pH, your water isn't hard enough, or it'll be that your nutrient levels are too high. So these things, it's really better to monitor them and fix them before they become a problem. What a tank.